Hi, I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler, and this super quick video is in our Engine Snack series. So engines often surprise you with concrete, aggressive ideas in sleepy positions. And here Revenge shakes up a quiet G3 Queen's Indian with an aggressive kingside demonstration. So Stash reacts by forcing exchanges, but White secures a clear endgame advantage that eventually proves decisive. The ability to find such possibilities in normal-looking positions, it's a big practical skill, and it was really the basis of Garry Kasparov's strength. So it's really something that we should aspire to. So let's have a look how it happened in this position. So this is the position after move 10. White has a stable edge, as Black's light squared bishop is passive, behind the d5 pawn. Black's central break c5, a little bit double-edged. After d takes c5, b takes c5, those hanging pawns are a little bit weak. White can develop a lot of pressure along the c and the d file. The routine rook a c1 is very reasonable, but Revenge goes for something more exotic that's been tried by a few strong players. Knight h4, threatening to come into f5. So Stash reacted with g6, a new move, but very reasonable to stop knight f5. And then now the first point, the follow-up, queen g5. A really non-standard move that introduces all sorts of tactical motifs into the position. It's just you're not sure whether any of them is really going to be effective. The queen pins the g6 pawn, so knight f5 is possible. d5 is attacked with a knight and bishop. And also the queen on e7 is unprotected, so the knight on f6 is pinned. But okay, how dangerous is this going to be? Stash reacts with queen d8, just playing very conservatively, putting the queen onto a defended square, protecting d5. Rook a c1, knight a6, and now a great move, f4. And this is really part of the whole concept, and makes these moves knight h4 and queen g5. It really makes sense of them. White's threatening f5, attacking the pawn on g6, and combining with a queen on g5 and the knight on h4. And if we get an f takes g6, also the rook on f1 is joining the party. So this really gets Black worried, and Stash plays the move knight e4, just liquidating. And now, kind of the next part of the plan, bishop takes e4, d takes e4, rook d1. And bishop e4 really surprised me. After all, you've got some weak light squares here on the king side, but the point is, it doesn't really matter, because look how far away the black pieces are from the white king. Yeah, no chance of launching an attack, and White's really going for a dark square strategy here. After f5, got d5, and it's already getting very hard to find a decent plan for Black. This pawn on c7 in particular is tied down, and White's going to play knight b5. The move knight c5 to try and activate the knight is simply meant by b4, and the knight has to retreat. So Stash played queen takes g5. Played c5, d takes c6, attacking the queen on d8, queen takes g5, takes bishop c6, and now knight g2, rook a d8, and knight f4. And this is a very pleasant position for White. This knight is great, controls d5, e6, attacks the pawn on g6, so that h4 to h5 will be dangerous with or without rooks. The white king is coming to e3, and then the knight will move and find a good spot somewhere. Meanwhile, the black minor pieces, bishop on c6 is walled in by the pawn structure, and this knight doesn't have a good outpost. The engine matches I ran from this position, they scored a lot of wins for White. And, Revenge eventually put Stash away, although there were a few adventures along the way. But a really nice concept, this. Knight h4, queen g5, and then f4, and then this whole idea of giving up the light squared bishop, and playing d5, and going for this ending with great dark square control. Really beautiful play from Revenge.